The 2025 Audi S8 arrives with the kind of quiet authority that few luxury sedans can truly command. Audi's flagship performance sedan doesn't shout about its capabilities. Instead, it moves with the confident silence of a heavyweight who doesn't need to throw a punch to prove his dominance. Beneath its stately body lies a twin turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 engine producing a formidable 563 horsepower and 590 lb-ft of torque, carried over with refinement from the previous model. Yet, as is often the case with performance luxury vehicles, from legacy manufacturers, refinement comes at a cost, and not all aspects of the S8 live up to its promise. On paper, the 2025 S8 seems nearly invincible. It boasts a 0-60 mph time of under 4 seconds, quattro all-wheel drive, an adaptive air suspension system that uses predictive sensors to scan the road, and all the expected features of a six-figure vehicle. The moment you open the soft close doors and slide into the Valcona leather seats, you are surrounded by a universe of polished aluminum, carbon fiber, suede headliners, and screens. The digital cockpit remains among the best in the business, crisp and intuitive, merging navigation, media, and real-time performance telemetry in a way that's both modern and unobtrusive. Driving the S8 is at first a surreal experience. The engine growls with subdued menace, the kind of restrained roar that's more aircraft than automobile. Acceleration is breathtaking, particularly for a vehicle this size and weight. On open highways, it becomes almost hypnotic. The S8 eats up miles effortlessly, the air suspension transforming rough tarmac into polished stone. Its rear-wheel steering enhances agility at low speeds while stabilizing the car during high-speed lane changes. All of this technology works harmoniously most of the time, and therein lies one of the S8's more hidden flaws, its dependence on software. While the tech is impressive, there are moments when the car feels like it's in control, not the driver. The drive-by-wire steering, although precise, lacks the tactile feedback many purists crave. In tight canyon roads or spirited backroad runs, the S8 is fast, but never truly engaging. The lack of steering feel creates a barrier between driver and machine, a detachment that, while perhaps suitable for comfort-focused luxury buyers, is a letdown in a car bearing the S badge. It's competent, even masterful, but never visceral. More concerning is the occasional glitch in the suite of electronic systems. The predictive suspension, for instance, can sometimes misinterpret road inputs, causing odd reactions like an unexpected bounce or delayed damping. The infotainment interface, though beautiful, sometimes lags, particularly when multitasking navigation and media. These aren't deal-breaking issues, but they speak to an underlying flaw: the reliance on complexity. A luxury performance vehicle should feel engineered to perfection, not occasionally at the mercy of overcomplicated tech. Aesthetically, the S8 remains a conservative masterpiece. Audi's design language has always favored subtlety over flamboyance. The Matrix LED headlights, revised grille with silver accents, and quad exhausts hint at its capabilities without turning garish. This will appeal to the executive crowd, buyers who want power and performance without attracting the kind of attention a bright yellow sports car might invite. The bodywork is elegant, the proportions near perfect, and the build quality, panel, gaps, paint depth, trim alignment, is predictably superb. Inside, the story is similar. The materials are exquisite, and the fit and finish are worthy of praise. The dual touchscreen layout, while visually impressive, can be cumbersome to use while driving. Haptic feedback attempts to provide tactile input, but often results in missed presses or distracting double taps. Audi's voice assistant helps mitigate this, though it's not as robust or conversational as competitors like Mercedes's M-Bucks. Then there's the rear seat experience, which offers ample legroom massaging, seats and separate climate zones. It's a mobile lounge, but only if you spring for the executive rear package, which pushes the already high price tag even further into elite territory. Pricing is one of the more subtle drawbacks. While the base price hovers around $125,000, Adding desirable options quickly takes the car into 150,000 plun territory. At that price point, the S8 begins to compete not just with the Mercedes S-Class AMG variants and BMW's M760e, but also with lower trim Bentley Flying Spurs and fully loaded Porsche Panameras. For buyers considering the S8, this creates a dilemma. While it offers a blend of performance and luxury, does it deliver enough soul, enough uniqueness to justify its price over similarly priced or more exotic alternatives? Fuel economy, while not a central concern for most buyers in this segment, is another area where the S8 shows its age. With EPA ratings in the mid-teens for city driving and low 20s on the highway, it lags behind some of the newer hybridized or plug-in options in its class. Audi has not yet electrified the S8. And while this may appeal to traditionalists, it places the model slightly behind the curve in terms of emissions and long-term sustainability. For a car so technologically forward in other areas, its powertrain remains stubbornly conventional. Maintenance is also worth a mention. While Audi vehicles have improved significantly in reliability over the years, the S8 is a complex machine, and ownership costs reflect that. Replacement parts for the adaptive suspension, dual touchscreen system, or even basic cosmetic trims are significantly more expensive than in the A8. The S8's warranty is standard, and Audi's service intervals are reasonable, but the long-term base cost of ownership can surprise those coming from more conventional performance sedans. Additionally, the sheer number of sensors and ECUs within the S8 means even minor issues can require complex diagnostics. In terms of daily use, the S8 does offer tremendous comfort. Road noise is virtually non-existent, even at triple-digit speeds. The Bang & Olufsen sound system, especially the optional 3D advanced version, delivers an audio experience that rivals dedicated home theaters. However, the trunk, while spacious, lacks some of the smart storage features offered by rivals. And despite being nearly 209 inches long, interior storage for phones, tablets, and small items feels surprisingly tight. Cup holders are shallow, the wireless charging pad is small, and the center console isn't particularly deep. These are minor complaints, but they become noticeable when daily livability is considered. Where the S8 redeems itself is in highway composure. The car is made for autobahns and long stretches of highway. In this environment, the ride is supreme. The cabin becomes a cocoon. Even at 100 mph, the engine turns over lazily, and the chassis remains composed. The driver assist features, such as adaptive cruise and lane keeping, are tuned with a light hand, effective but never overbearing. Long trips become relaxing, even rejuvenating. It's in these moments that the S8 feels most at home. Yet even this strength carries a faint weakness. The car is so good at highway cruising that it can become dull. There's a serenity to it, yes, but also a sterility. The S8, despite all its speed and power, never quite thrills. It's a magnificent tool, but a tool nonetheless. Those seeking emotional engagement, a sense of connection, or just that primal rush of driving may find it lacking. The engine, while thunderous, is acoustically muted. The steering, while accurate, feels numb. The brakes, while powerful, lack the bite or drama of sportier alternatives. In city driving, the S8 shrinks around you more than expected. The four-wheel steering is genuinely helpful, and the sensors make parking easier than one would think. But it's also a large, low-slung vehicle, and navigating tight urban centers or underground garages can be stressful. The glossy black trim and wide stance make it vulnerable to scratches and curb rash. More annoyingly, the auto start-stop system can be abrupt, sometimes stalling the car too early or hesitating on restart, a small but constant irritation. The S8 also faces an identity crisis of sorts. It's too understated to satisfy performance junkies, too powerful for traditional luxury buyers, and too expensive to be practical. Audi has tried to position it as the best of both worlds, and to a degree, it succeeds. But it also falls between stools. The RS6 Avant, for example, offers similar performance with more character and practicality. The A860 TFSI offers most of the comfort for significantly less money. And the electric e-tron GT, though a different beast entirely, offers a glimpse of where Audi's true innovation lies. What the 2025 Audi S8 does best is serve as an ultra-smooth, ultra-fast executive express for those who value discretion over drama. It's a car for those who don't want to be seen but want to know they could outpace most of what's on the road. For these individuals, the S8 remains an enticing option. It blends power, comfort, and subtlety in a package that is, on the whole, deeply impressive. But for enthusiasts seeking soul, for buyers wanting the very latest in hybrid tech, or for drivers hoping for an emotionally engaging experience, the S8 may leave them slightly cold. There is no doubt that the 2025 Audi S8 is a masterclass in understated luxury and engineering. Its flaws, while mostly subtle, speak to a deeper question about what performance luxury sedans should be in a rapidly changing automotive landscape. In an era where emotion, engagement, and sustainability are as important as speed, the S8 remains poised yet somewhat impersonal. It's an impressive machine, but it may not move you, and that might be its most hidden flaw of all.